Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey, and welcome to the 11th day of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Blind Whiskey Tasting Advent Calendar that I am doing for you, and for me, and for everybody worldwide. They call me that. They call me Mr. Worldwide. They also call Pitbull Mr. Worldwide because he's internationally known. I think that they call me Mr. Worldwide because I'm gigantic. Today's video, I'm taking the 11th sample out of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. I'm pouring it in a glass and I'm blind reviewing its ass. Since it's the 11th day of December, I have such a good feeling about this pour. Damon and Daniel of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite, they know that 11 is my lucky number. I was born on 11/11, so they know that on the 11th day of December, I deserve to taste something fantastic. And if whatever's in the sample bottle doesn't auger my ice hole, I'm driving straight to Minnesota to confront the both of them so I can hear "ope, sorry" directly to my face. America. Wrong. Friggin' nailed it. The 11th pour of December is getting super dizzy inside this Grinch colored glass. You can't really tell the color of the liquid in the glass because when you spin it and swirl it and twirl it and give it the ride of its life, it just looks like liquid in there. You really can't get much of a visual on it. It's kind of like the B-2 bomber of whiskey glasses. The skies look empty until it's right on top of you. OMG, there is whiskey in that glass. But right before you can properly evaluate the threat, it drops a bunker buster directly on your liver. Bunker came out of nowhere. What the heck is that? The nose on day 11 is pasty. It kind of smells like an unsweetened dough, like a bread dough, a little bit yeasty, a yeasty beastie. A very familiar nose on day 11, but I can't quite figure out why. The nose has a ton of baking spices, clove and cinnamon and pepper. It's like a heavily spiced bread dough. I feel like this is something that I've smelled a billion times before. Billion one, billion two, billion three. There's almost a clay note to it. It almost smells kind of clay-like a raspberry infused clay. Let's forego the continued nosing. Let's put a little bit of it down the hatch into the system. Let's see what it does to the palate, and let's see if it opens up a visual into what exactly is in this glass. Day number 11, down the chimney. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is pretty high proof. It is also super different. What is that? There are like some things happening here that are just throwing me for a friggin'. Day 11 has got me so kerfuffled. Day 11 has got me all fudged up. There's a slight cinnamoniness to this. Let me say this. There is something about this whiskey that is different. There's something about this whiskey that is not the same as the normal whiskey. I'm getting stuck because there's something so familiar about it that I know that I should know what this is. The smell and the taste, it's like so obvious. But the more thought I put into it, the angrier I get. Any of the notes that you smell, like fruit, if there's cherries or if there's grapes or like blackberries or anything, smells like they're covered in a layer of all-purpose flour. Like a blueberry pancake that you took off the griddle before it was done. There's something on the palate that's so different. This hits the palate at a lower level. If you were to enter a building and get on the elevator at the ground floor, when this hits the palate, it's not the ground floor palate. It seems to be hitting at a lower level on the palate, like a basement floor or somewhere in the parking garage. That tasting experience is very unique and I kind of like it. I kind of friggin' dig it. The problem is I'm struggling so hard to understand what I'm tasting that I'm having a hard time digging it as much as I should. The flavor profile is very unique, it's very different. It's bright, but it's playing undercover. It's a bunch of black and purple fruits that are being deloused with powdered sugar. Third and final sip. Part of me wonders if this is finished. I think that when I reveal this pour, I'm gonna understand it so much more. Very unique, very tasty, very different, very friggin' mysterious, and I am confused as heck. On the 11th day, I am blind ranking this pour number 9. On the 11th day of December, we were drinking. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is Booker's Bourbon the Reserves, finished in tequila barrels. 8 years old, 123.3 proof. That's why it was so friggin' different and weird. I like that. This is extra unique and pretty friggin' special. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, like I always say. Keep your head in the clouds, but your mind. I'm picking up some delicious store-bought holiday cookies. So it's Christmas season, and all I